Ever since Reload released back in June of 2024, we've had a total of 6 maps, and with Elite Stronghold coming out, or probably already out by the time you see this, that makes it 7. So that begs the question, which Reload map is the best? Well, in this video I decided I'm going to rank all of them, and give my thoughts on every single map we've had so far. Remember, these are my objective, factual opinions. They are right, you are wrong. Venture. Oh, Venture. Where do I start with Venture? It's obviously the first map that Reload released with, but does that make it the best? Kinda. Venture has always been the Reload map. It's the one everyone goes to when all the other maps suck. Oasis. I mean, it's a staple. It's Fortnite's Rebirth Island. You can't go wrong with it. I mean, yeah, it's a little primitive, with it being the first, of course, and also based off the OG Chapter 1 map. But it's still really good. I will say, I don't like the part over near Pleasant, where it's all just big open fields with that bridge. That part always sucked to play in. But the part around Dirty Docks, or not Dirty Docks, whatever it's called, Dusty Docks or whatever, that part with like that and retail is goated. It's peak. So yeah, I like Venture a lot. Very solid map. I give it a 7 out of 10. There's better, but there's also way worse. Now it's time for... oh wait. If you can't tell, I don't really like this map that much. Oasis released alongside the solo mode for Reload, and this was the first map that kind of cemented the idea in my mind that solo mode Reload is horrible. See, my biggest issue with solo Reload is that if you die off spawn, you're kind of screwed. Like, you might as well back out, because you respawn and then the whole map is covered in people. There's nowhere to land. Anywhere you do land, you're gonna get beamed out of the sky, or you're gonna get pushed, or you're gonna land on someone accidentally, and they're just gonna kill you. That's not fun. Nobody wants to do that. And this map kind of started that trend. I will say I do like a lot of the POIs. Adobe Abodes, that's a good location. I love Adobe Abodes. Paradise Palms kind of sucks. I've always hated Paradise Palms. And then all the other POIs are nothing burgers. You're telling me you look forward to playing Oasis so you can land at Guaco Town? Really? Oasis varies heavily in height differences. There's tall cliffs and there's low ground, and it's just not fun to play against, especially in zero build, which I play. It's not fun to play against. I will say Oasis does validate the grappler heavily, but if you don't have a grappler, you're kind of just screwed. Like, even shockwave grenades or overdrive grenades that they are now don't work. Oasis also just doesn't look good. It's a desert map. The desert, especially with the OG season graphics, looks horrible. It's so oversaturated. I give Oasis a 4 out of 10. There's worse, but this is pretty bad. Okay, next up is Slurp Rush. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Slurp Rush is my favorite map in Reload. I adore Slurp Rush. I feel like Lockdown Lighthouse could have just been an unnamed location. But besides that, the other POIs are genuinely great. Boom and Base, I don't care for. Slurpy Swamp is actually a very interesting POI to put in the middle, because for a Chapter 2 themed, you'd think they'd put Lazy Lake, but they didn't. They went for Slurpy Swamp, which I think is amazing. Slurpy Swamp didn't get the love I think it deserved in Chapter 2, so to see it be the center of a whole Reload map is very nice. I also love Steamy Stacks. Dirty Docks was kind of unnecessary because we already had Dusty Docks. It should have been like Holly Hedges or something cool like that. Fort Crumpet, my goat. Love Fort Crumpet. Logjam Logging's pretty good. I don't care for Boom and Base. And Stilt Town? Dude, don't get me started on Stilt Town, but I love the terrain on this map. It's not too annoying to fight against. The only thing I will say is the Slurp Water is horrible to fight in. For some reason, just the Reload map Swamp Water makes your jump shorter, kind of like you have jump fatigue, and it's not fun to play against because sometimes you can't even get up like a quarter of a tile. It's so annoying. But I love the Slurp theming. I think it's great for Reload because you have all these Slurp trucks and these Slurp barrels around the map, which is basically just Siphon. If for some reason they don't want to put Siphon in Reload, but I think this is a good substitute if they're not ever going to put Siphon in Reload. I give this map a 9 out of 10. Next up is, oh boy, Squid Grounds. This is the worst Reload map ever made, because it takes everything about Reload, everything that Reload is supposed to be, throws it out the window. Reload's supposed to be a fair, balanced battle royale, but for some reason they made a whole POI about doing minigames in a mode where you are constantly on the move because of the storm. They have mini games that you can play, and if you play all the mini games, you can get a guaranteed mythic. This was kind of where I fell off of Reload. Not to mention, this was the death of the OG quote-unquote art style for Reload. It just uses Chapter 5, Chapter 6, Chapter 7 art style, and it's not interesting to look at. They just completely threw that out the window, I guess, for Squid Game, the show that died after Season 1. I just don't get it. This is the worst map. 1 out of 10. Next up is the Fortnitemares map. Nightmare. This one's going to be short because this was kind of where I took a break from Fortnite as a whole. I didn't really upload much even. Nightmare Island looked like a cool map. I think I played like maybe 5 games total on it. But looking at it, it does look kind of cool. It looks interesting. It's got the underworld biome from Chapter 5 in it. I like the middle POI. I remember liking the middle POI because it was just fucking Happy Hamlet. I love Happy Hamlet. Underrated POI. There's another farm POI. Squid Grounds had a farm POI. Nobody cared for that. I don't care for it here, I don't think. The towns look cool. I remember like the town that was in construction was pretty cool. Terror Turrets was the castle. I don't remember that at all. And yeah, most of these I just don't remember. It's not a very memorable POI, nothing to write home about. Same Chapter 5, 6 art style. I'm just gonna keep this brief, give it a 5 out of 10, because I don't really remember this map whatsoever. Next up is the most single-handedly uninspired Reload map we have gotten yet, and that's Surf City. Surf City released like 2 weeks after Chapter 7's launch, when they did this big thing where all 3 extra Battle Royale modes, Blitz, OG, Reload, all had big updates, and I'm convinced they just made Surf City to say, hey, we have something for Reload, because it's so lazily put together. It's just Chapter 7. Battlewood Boulevard is the middle POI. It has Sus Studios, and it had this huge lump at the top right of the map, where it was like this giant hill, and it was the stupidest thing ever. I don't even know if it was for the stupid Battlewood sign. It's ugly to look at. It's not fun to play on. If this map never came back, I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't care. Good riddance. Like, even Oasis, I can have some fun on. There's no fun to be had on Surf City. 2 out of 10. Last up, we have the most recent Reload map, Elite Now, I haven't played much of Elite Stronghold, but from what I have played, it's actually pretty good. I can't speak too much on it. Of course, it's only been out a few days. I kind of need to, like, get my bearings on the map. But, I mean, it's the first time we've had snow on a Reload map. That's something to write home about. I will say all the POIs feel kind of the same. Like, they all just feel like military bases. I do like how one of them is just the raft from Chapter 5. Just ported over here without the Marvel shit, and one of them's like an old IO base that uses assets from Chapter 3. Really love that. Chapter 3 is my favorite chapter. But I mean, other than that, all I can really remember is the snow, the giant ass cliffs, and the middle POI using a bunch of reused assets from shiny shafts. That's all I can really remember about this map. I will say I love the grass parts on it because they give me like heavy Chapter 2 vibes. I think this is a solid map. I think we need to stop with the Chapter 5 through 7 art style for maps. I think we need a Chapter 3 inspired map. We need a Chapter 4 inspired map. I give this map a solid 6 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's not amazing. It doesn't hold a candle to Venture or anything, so. So now it's time to answer the question. What do I think is the best Reload map we have ever got? Well, if you couldn't tell by now, I believe it to be Slurp Rush. Almost everything about that map is perfect to me. It's everything I want in a Reload map. Venture is a close second, and the worst is obviously Squid Grounds. But I want to know what y'all think. Do you think Squid Grounds is the best Reload map, and I should be burned at the stake for giving it such a low rating? Let me know in the comments. If you want to support me, you can like the video and maybe subscribe. It helped me out a lot. But yeah, stay frosty. I'll see y'all in the next video.